Hello and welcome back to another multiplayer battle. I'm looking at one orc army and another one. We've got the Green Tide ready to go fight. I'll have my build listed down below. We don't really need to focus on that right now. I've got a little mod to change up the names of the factions, but I am currently playing the Greenskins and so is Tokshen. We're looking at a massive amount of Greenskins now coming to battle over here. I brought my Forest Goblin Riders right over here to help me fight, which hopefully they'll be able to pull that off. They're very quick, which is why I like them. We're looking at Beastmen and Chaos, which is actually kind of terrible to fight right now. Only because we've got a massive map. They've got two Cygors, and whenever they're throwing their large stones at a group of anything, well, things get kind of nasty. But look at that, the sheer number we brought. Just really astounding. Very cool looking too, very thematic to look at that. The literal Green Tide. Love it. Gotta love it. Alright. Let's go back over here. Right now I'm using my Wolf Riders to try to engage a few units. We're looking at Tokshen bringing in Azhag. Or actually a Orc War Boss. Okay, I thought he had Azhag. Usually when I see a flying creature I'm thinking of Azhag is here. We've got Gore Bulls charging right through the Gore Herd that they have. My Goblin Wolf Riders are not doing a great job. I have my own Doom Diver that I brought. That will be chilling out back here. It was really a difficult map to fight in. I had to be very mobile. I have my Orc Boy Biggins, which is always like a tongue twister for me. Orc Boy Biggins. Oh man, what a way to go, hitting a tree while you're trying to, I don't know, end your life to kill them. Minotaurs will not be easy either, but right now we're just kind of just moving up. That's it. Usually our foes never move, and I told Tokshen, why don't we go to the right and engage their knights? I mean, the cool part about the map, though, is that you can fight at various locations. It's actually a very interesting map. You've got your first layer over here, number 2 over here, and number 3 over here. And they can all be completely different fights. I didn't bring in a heavy army. I brought in a numerous army. I've got a few Black Orcs. Sure, I brought in some Trolls, yeah. Wolf Riders, too. Vanguard is usually pretty helpful, depending on what they brought, but they didn't bring a lot of artillery. Well, they kind of did. Yeah, these guys we won't be able to touch the entire time. They're going to be throwing crap at us the whole time. I would like to kind of think of it as their solidified crap just being thrown at us. Yeah, the knights are back over here, where if you look at it, if they fight in the woods, their attack speed and movement speed will go down by 20%, I believe. I really hope Chaos gets overhauled. They really need a change. I mean, I've won as Chaos, and they're a little bit enjoyable to play from time to time, but like the breadth of what they could do as builds is really limited. Only because there's so much armor piercing. I mean, armor doesn't matter, and you do need a few numbers. I mean, armor does matter, just not as much when you have all the armor piercing. I've got my Wolf Riders just kind of traveling around. Again, our Green Tide, so just kind of moving around. The Cygors are having a fun time. That's like a very unique situation. If they weren't Cygors, we could just kind of take them out. But because they are, we can't just charge in and kill them. If it was like a catapult, if it was like a, I don't know, a cannon, that wouldn't be a problem. My Wolf Riders would have been able to hit them, but we can't do that here. And I've got my Doom Diver back here. I had to move it because they were trying to strike at it. I thought maybe if I moved my group away, then later I could move them back rather than letting them stand and die. So that is why I did that. And now we're getting our front line ready. Cygor is really hitting Tokshen a lot, like usual. Usually when we play, Tokshen is the one getting hit really hard. Like, they always like focus on Tokshen. And there's a Foot of Gork. Foot of Gork is what you need to use if you're ever fighting Cav. Look at that damage here. Look at what they have left. 49. And now we're charging into the woods. These will not get very far. We've got Tokshen back in with the Orc War Boss trying to hit them. We probably could have done a better job by fighting their Cav, but I mean, we didn't have a lot to actually hit them. They kept pulling back. Okay, now we're going to have a battle over here on the front lines. Let's go check it out real quick. A huge clash. That is really cool. I didn't mean to go underground. Dragon Ogres are moving in now. Those are very strong too. But that is a very cool clash. And now we're just kind of fighting back and forth. We're looking at Grimgore, who's now fighting too. I did use a Wa. To let you know, if you want to buff up your men for like 1 minute and you have an Orc Shaman, use Wa. Then after Wa is done, use Here We Go. then you get a huge bonus to your melee attack for a long period of time. That way you can hit more of them. That way you can kill more of them. I'm moving my black orcs up here to try to fight their knights. I really want to kill their knights if I can. We're having a hard time winning, even though my orc boar boy biggins are actually pretty good at killing larger units. They get a bonus at fighting them, but Chaos Knights are no joke. They're very strong. I'm trying to move in my Night Goblin archers up here. That way we can shoot down at them. Right now, it looks like we're winning the melee fight. Tokshen's Arachnarok Spider is really doing a great job at killing them. I've got to be careful whenever I... Oh, wow, I did it again. I've got to be careful when I zoom in. My camera work needs work. Beastmen are not going to hold the line very well. They're going to fight. They're going to do their part, but they're not going to hold the line very well. Why are you over here, Chaos Lord, fighting me in the middle? Me and Tokshen. Over here, we're looking at a Brave Shaman coming in on a chariot. They're coming in from behind right now. I've got my Doom Diver back, or trying to get back to where he was meant to go, to the Doom Diver catapult, but we're looking at a Feral Manticore they brought in to go take that out. The Cygors are still over here doing their own thing, and they're being guarded by Minotaurs. I wouldn't have guarded them. I wouldn't have done that. We didn't have the strength to get there quickly to actually fight them in force. I would have brought in my Minotaurs. That would have hurt me a lot more, especially from behind. That would have done a lot more damage. You go look in the woods over here, we're still having a hard time trying to fight their knights. I didn't get a chance to really get around them. Usually, your foe would pull out. Maybe they were waiting for me, or they were too busy micromanaging other things. I've got my Orc Shaman. I use my Orc Shaman on a board to travel with my Boar Boys. That way, I can use my Foot of Gork when I need to. Again, a very useful spell. Over here, we're looking at another Wa to get more melee attack in. The Arachnarok is beginning to make them freak out and flee. And we've got that Cygor still throwing at us. We're looking at Black Orcs now fighting one Exalted Hero, doing plenty of damage. By far, one of the more epic looking battles we've played, though, for sure. I've got biggins, I've got everything. But yeah, my orc build will be down below. It's really kind of a build based around, well, being orky. Let's go check it out real quick. We're beginning to flee over here. We've got a few black orcs left, 50. They've killed no one. They're fighting one hero, and a Feral Manticore just charged in. We're looking at one Exalted Hero charging in. Let's go look over here. Night Goblin Archers. They've actually killed quite a few. They're relatively unarmored. They can debuff their enemies by quite a bit. They just have that nice poison, which has been helping me out. Dragon Ogres have killed 44. Not enough at all. They're meant for flanking. They're not meant to fight on the front lines like that. They may be strong, but they're meant for flanking. Look at that low armor. That's how you can take them out easily. Arachnarok is overall just a very epic and powerful unit. We're looking at the Bestigor herds down here. They're doing alright. Over here, we've got a Gore Bull. And again, another Chaos Lord still fighting. My trolls are holding. His trolls are holding. I don't know where my trolls are at right now. We're looking at an Orc War Boss belonging to Tokshen. Did he have a potion? I guess he did. He's all healed up now. Fighting a few of their Bestigor herd that came at us from behind. They have 80 left, which is the entire crew. Alright, let's go look over here again. They were beginning to win in that fight. We couldn't keep up. We couldn't hold on. And I was running pretty low on magic, I'm pretty sure. But things are drawing to a conclusion. The Orc Shaman's beginning to flee. They began to win on the right flank, which is pretty crazy. But as far as the main lines go, we were beginning to push. I will say, as the battle progressed, I was a little bit nervous about it. The Cygors are about to be out of ammo. Not quite, but they got a lot of kills. It didn't really matter, though. They didn't use their Minotaurs over here, and it just didn't really matter at all. Okay, let's go watch the fight now. Let's go over here. They're still fighting us. That Gore Bull, man. But we're debuffing them the whole time. They're charging back in. I've got orcs who are ready to do their thing. Tokshen used a Here We Go on a Orc War Boss and surrounding units too. 92 melee attack is what they have right now. Which for your Arachnarok is very powerful. Arachnarok is nearly always a good choice to take, just because it's so powerful. It causes terror. Oh, wait, no it doesn't. Thought it did. Huh. Oh yeah, they did leave. They didn't actually fight out the full thing. I was wondering why we won so quickly, but they decided to both leave. But we won that fight. We definitely won that fight. If we go look at it right now, let's go look at what the Beastman player did right. Cygors, and that's it. We had nothing to go get them. Not in time. The Terror would not have been fun to deal with. He didn't use, really, his Shaman correctly to do well. His Gorbals were okay. They came in from behind, but they couldn't properly support their army, so that really was not worthwhile at all. Tokshen, let's go look at him in just a moment. Doom Diver, barely any kills. I mean, really, my kills are not very high. Grimgore did a lot, but I did my part in fighting their cav. Orc Shaman killed 19, probably all horsemen. 3 kills over here for my Night Goblin Archers, which means they were probably killing Dragon Ogres because I have no clue why else they would be at XP rank 9. That's hilarious. That's really funny. Gimbal Stump. Keep in mind, we outnumber them big time. That's why they're going to have a lot more kills. His Knights did the best job there. The Dragon Ogres really weren't being utilized to their full potential. The Forsaken, of course, are doing some damage. Actually, quite a bit of damage. He brought a lot of them. He went all damage for all that. Okay, Tokshen's turn. His Orc Biggins did a lot of damage. I think they were really on the front lines. The Arachnarok got a lot of kills. Our Black Orcs were not effectual. All that armor piercing really kind of negated us. They had a lot going on for that. Not to mention the Sidegors were probably just destroying us the entire time. But that is what happened. Thank you for watching. I hope that you did enjoy that part. If you did, please leave a like, and thank you for watching. I look forward to more content. Until then.